alternate future of the World Series. As we know, the North American Union is finally the World Union, and they have parts of Africa and parts of Arabia, but they fill their nation with troops and even more troops with the basically promise that if they all militarize now, later they can stop. But who knows? They might even turn. And well, they declare war on the world order! Yay! They decide to topple the world order with the premises they say we will make the world better through topple and rebuild. Yes, topple and rebuild. Topple the world order, then rebuild it. Definitely a legitimate idea. I don't think anybody would really actually support this. Well, quickly they decide to connect their fronts. The first way they do this is by invading here. And they manage to kick the African Union back significantly. They also do it to them in Gabon. They start an offensive from the south. They make an offensive into Namibia, and from the north, they make it into Zambia. Well, they start an offensive from Algeria, with no real counter-offensives happening because their strength is well above their enemies in that area. Some of their enemies are pretty strong. Well, they move up into Madagascar, and they use this and they take it over, with them not making the strongest offensives from this front. With Egypt starting an offensive known as the Libya campaign. They call it the Libya campaign. With them also taking sections of it, they also managed to move into Arabia. This is probably a weak point of this empire as they start getting pushed back. They decide to launch an offensive into Morocco, knowing it's a stronger nation. With them landing and moving that many troops in, they just walk right through. They are like a guest that punches over the front door. Yeah, that does not sound like a good guest. But I mean, it's probably better than Macbeth as a house guest. And no, this nation's not run by him. That'd be funny. And definitely not doing anything evil in occupied territories. Definitely not. Unlike 2 places. Oh wait, that's 4 places, yeah. I don't like those countries, I guess. You can already see what the countries are. You can already see the countries. With a full-on offensive, with like a lightning warfare like technique where they run fast throughout the territory. Basically doing stuff like this. And within like a week, this is what the front line here looks like. And then an offensive from India happens. Who does not want to be under the rule of one of these massive dictator nations. And the African Union being forced to surrender soon. With them surrendering, and Egypt occupies as much as they can. But quickly these forces get encircled, which isn't good. What, did Rommel come back and join this? I don't know. With Egypt being forced to surrender after facing defeat after defeat, and some red team rebels there for some reason exist. With them moving in and up the coast, and they use what they've taken from it to quickly move in and quickly occupy a big chunk of this nation. With this nation managing to take over Iceland. And then they land in this area, which falls pretty fast. Which it goes like this, but they don't manage to make any counter-offensives. And by the time supplies gets in, it's too late. And they use this to land in France, and they decide to land in Italy and southern Greece areas. And they move up into the European Federation. with it just certain collapse. They land over here near Italy and do this, kind of like what they did in World War One, I guess. World War Two. I don't know why I'm mixing up the timelines, but okay. With this Union managing to launch a mass offensive here. With their goal of marching all the way to Warsaw. And then moving up to the Rhine. And then moving into northern Germany. And they manage to take Berlin while doing this. And then they take their offensive to get it to Warsaw. You may think this war is almost over in this front. Well, think again. They get pushed back all the way to there. Well, they land in Japan, I guess. And they use this to land in Korea. And up in the Manchuria before a stalemate manages to occur. With a quick offensive happening and them being forced to withdraw from here. The world is panicking, wondering what's going to happen with this super nation that's coming after them. But before we end this video, well, the emus join their side. And well, the emus won the war completely. I don't know, they got better at it. But no, that's New Zealand. And they move down, and they land in Papua New Guinea. And they take it over. And then they land in Australia. Yeah. And they decide to go into the desert. And well, a spider comes after them, yes. What spider? Is it a red spider? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Because apparently their soldiers are scared of spiders. No, I'm kidding. Enough with making jokes. They dress up like emus. Yeah. And then the animal rights activists get mad when they try to wage a war on the emus again. Yes. Let's make fun of animal rights activists. Although they're pretty great, just saying. But I mean, to them, I don't know. Well, they managed to take Melbourne, I think, and Sydney. And then they decide to go, yay, we took another city. As they take Canberra. And then they decide to take Perth, wherever it may be. I don't remember. And they take over the coast. And then the emus revolt in the center. Yes. And this happens. And by emus, I don't mean actual emus. Or do I? Yes, it was actual emus, actually. Maybe, potentially. And then they do this. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Stay in tune for the next video. Can the world stop them, or is it too late? Stay in tune to find out. Bye, guys. Wild Mapper out.